Look at this. If you don't know who this is, it literally doesn't matter. But he is also the latest edition of a guy that went on no jumper and went to jail right after he left.
Wait a minute. I didn't know this. What? He got hit with a state RICO charge in Pennsylvania? Bro, I'm before the video even start, I'm convinced that these so-called street niggas, they like boys, folks. They like men. This nigga done been arrested in Chicago, Iowa, Georgia, Texas, and now you got a state RICO in Pennsylvania.
Stop it. Get some help.
Do you want to be in there with all them dinos? Do you want to be in the shower with the dicks out? Is that what you want?
Why did he go on no jumper? Who knows? Maybe he still thinks it's 2016.
Right.
Anyway, the guy with no shirt on is Grove Hero, a comedian from Memphis that was just trying to run his business in Chicago and make some money, but then he met up with these two guys, who, like most people in the streets from Chicago, would tell you, oh, you good over here with me. Ain't nobody gonna touch you. Well, you see this guy and the one behind him?
Let me tell you something. It's no LA, I'm gonna stop. LA, I don't give a damn. LA, Chicago, whatever. If you come to Chicago, bro, you're not good. There's nobody in the city that other people in the city respect to the point where you say, yeah, he with me, and they don't do nothing just because you said that. It ain't no bosses, it ain't no big homies in Chicago, bro. Motherfuckers will get on their ass. You see what I'm saying? Like,
the interview ends right after they appear because somebody started shooting. This guy, whose name is Breezy, is not supposed to be in this area. Anybody in Chicago can go to this area and be okay, but Breezy has been involved in a feud with the guys from this neighborhood for over a decade, and yet he still came over here like these Chicago streets are just a figment of his imagination. Like the stuff you see on the news is just make-believe. This guy, you don't know him? No problem. He's a rapper from Memphis who feels comfortable coming to Chicago. And that's fine. Millions of tourists visit Chicago every year. But being a rapper, this guy goes to the hood to try to fit in. And guess what? He got his car stolen. But why would they do that? Well, you pull up somewhere where 15-year-olds are playing with guns and ready to crash out, and all they know you for is the fact that you rap and flash money. What you think they gonna do? Invite you to grandma's house for some cookies? These two guys had similar but very different situations.
Like, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, in Memphis, you might be able to come to the hood in Memphis and your grandma, what's up, baby? How you doing? You want some cookies? And we got some gumbo in the back. You can't do that in the rack, bro. It's not a friendly place. Especially if you looked at as an out-of-towner, they look at you like a goofy. They look at you like we can rob you and do whatever, and you're not gonna do anything because you're not from here. You don't even know what to do. Like, it's not that place for y'all to be coming to stream. Not if you in the hood. You coming to stream, you coming to kick it, you coming to get on live and promote this and promote that, and you got money and you pulling up to the hood.
But the one thing they have in common is that they are both too old and have way too much money to be in the hood trying to fit in. A lot of rappers get it confused. Just because people in the hood listen to your music doesn't mean y'all can be friends. Much like an obsessed Taylor Swift fan that stalks her from city to city, there's always an ulterior motive. For some reason, these guys don't want to connect with the people that made it out the hood. They just want to be accepted by the teenagers in the hood who still live at mom's house. Look at Young Thug. The man lived on the most suburban block I've ever seen in the state of Georgia. And he still want to drop diss tracks accusing people of snitching, even though he himself said way too much whenever the police start asking him questions.
They said Roscoe, but I ain't finna.
And let's just make something clear. All these rappers pretend that they would never snitch. Oh, bro, that's breaking the code. Until the police sit them down and ask one question. It's just that back then, the guys at the top told the foot soldiers, hey man, y'all can't do this. You gotta stick to the code. Just so that you wouldn't get in their way while they do exactly what they just told you not to do. If we believe influencers are fake and only say things because they get paid for it, why would rappers
I've been saying that for years on this channel, bro. The only reason somebody ever invented the street code is because the guys at the top told all you stupid goofies that was following him, the little broke motherfuckers, hey, you can't snitch. You got to stick to that code just so that you can't snitch on him. And that way, if he get caught, he can snitch on you. Y'all don't understand that y'all getting finessed? I don't.
Any different. Young Thug dropped a song called Insure My Wrist, where he literally says he has insurance on his jewelry. Smart move, right? That's what smart people do. What does insurance on your jewelry mean? Well, that means that if somebody steals it, you have to make a police report.
Like about $800,000 to $1 million worth of jewelry.
800 to $1 million.
It's all insured.
And kids, don't believe the rumor that anything happens to snitches when they go to jail, because 99% of them get out and don't get touched. And in most prisons, the snitches are hanging with the killers. You know why? Because most of the killers are snitches.
That's Rondo.
If so-and-so killed 3...
This Rondo right here. The guy killed a bystander trying to avenge his friend. This guy killed the guy on the right's best friend. So is that LA killer right there?
when they go to jail, because 99% of them get out and don't get touched. And in most prisons, the snitches are hanging with the killers. You know why?
Cap.
Because most of the killers are snitches.
Right.
If so-and-so killed 3 people, but he got out of jail early because he cooperated with the prosecution, are you going to walk up to him and call him a snitch?
Right.
He killed 3 people. I'm not saying nothing to him. Sammy the Bull confessed to being involved in 19 murders. This man is a real-life serial murderer. And his testimony got John Gotti and Frankie Loke life in prison.
Sammy the Bull Gravano now joins the ranks of those who have broken the cardinal rule of the mafia, omerta, the code of silence. And what makes his betrayal all the more shocking is the fact that he was John Gotti's best friend.
But are you gonna play with Sammy the Bull?
Hell
I know he
no.
became a Christian.
Same thing with YSL Booty. Y'all call that nigga a snitch, but ain't nobody in Atlanta about to walk up to him and be like, get your ass off the block.
Finish him.
But this man will still step on you in broad daylight. I just had to make that clear because ultimately this video is about how misleading these rappers are to the kids. Yeah. Not all rappers, of course, because the biggest rappers that sell the most albums don't portray this image.
Do that.
People like J. Cole and Travis Scott, these are $100 million rappers, and they don't have to do this. And you would think it would show the other guys, but no. We got to
see. That's why I look at shit like, you know what I'm saying? The richest people in the world ain't in the streets. So what the fuck do I want to go to the hood for? These motherfuckers will be from the hood their whole life. You've been in the hood your entire life. You finally got millions of dollars. Why do you keep wanting to go back to, I don't understand. I just don't get that shit.
A 30-year-old man calling himself Lil Baby, which you know I'm gonna never give him a break on this channel. It's nothing personal, but if you getting hugged like this, you gotta stop pretending to be a gangster. Gunna, now I respect Gunna. He ain't killed nobody or play like he was a gang boss in Atlanta. So he don't have to do life just to say he kept it real. Y'all can keep that. Because if he were to get sentenced to life right now, some rapper in his circle will be trying to link up with every girl Gunna was messing with while he was free. These guys not friends. I mean, once again, a guy shot up a tour bus for Young Thug, and when the police sat Thug down, that homie was the first name he threw out.
Like, come
See,
on,
and this is why we need to.
You ever had one of them days where everything seems to go wrong? I mean, you're just trying to grab a cup of coffee and BAM! You're tangled in a pile of boxes because the shelf was broken. And just like that, I realized sometimes accidents at work are more than just funny stories. They can actually change everything. Trying to handle a workplace injury on your own, it's like trying to fix the broken shelf yourself. More chaos, more headaches, and there's no guarantee that you'll get what you deserve. You got paperwork, insurance calls, and someone always telling you to wait. It's enough to make you wish you had a secret weapon. But here's the thing, there's a team of people that fights for people just like you. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has been winning cases when everybody else said it couldn't be done. In Florida, someone got $12 million after a work accident, even though the insurance was ready to offer just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, a worker was awarded $26 million, which was 40 times the initial offer. These are not just numbers. They're real victories for real people, all thanks to the team that fights hard for justice. More than 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states, like a legal squad ready to jump into action. Yeah. They've recovered over $25 billion for clients. And they have a long history of helping workers get what they're owed. Because when you're injured at work, you shouldn't have to go at it alone. You can just click the link below or the QR code that's on your screen. No endless waits or confusing forms. Just a quick way to start protecting your rights today. So if you had an accident on the job, do not risk doing it alone. You can check out Morgan & Morgan, because even in the toughest workplace accidents, a strong team makes all the difference. And trust me, there's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. It's because they fight for the people just like you.
Normalize being a civilian. You acting like a gangster, but you wear dresses.
Wearing dresses.
Woody told on you, but Woody a killer, so you're not gonna do anything to him. And this is why I say that no snitching is a myth. That whole movement was invented by older gang members back in the day that wanted the young guys to take all the charges and jail time for them. It wasn't about no code. And somebody as old as these niggas should know that. And
it wasn't about no damn code. It was about, hey, I'm the boss, y'all the foot soldiers. I'm probably not going to get caught because I'm not outside every day on the corner slinging this, slinging that, shooting this, shooting that. I'm telling y'all to go do it. So when y'all get caught, y'all got to stick to the code. Y'all got to be quiet. That way you can go do a life sentence. Don't nobody know about me. And then I could just go find another dumb motherfucker like you to do the shit that I need you to do. And then I'm going to tell him the same thing. And that's how niggas like John Gotti and, you know what I'm saying, all these, that's how niggas like that, but you know.
Just the reality. Finesse2Tymes is 33 years old. The guys that allegedly stole his car don't even look 21. What were you doing around these kids, bro?
Exactly.
Breezy, you 34. Why are you on the block that's been shooting at you since 2011?
I don't
Half
know.
of your entire hood is dead, bro. You was with Drake, dumbass. You're not supposed to be nowhere around here without armed security. And by the way, Finesse2Tymes, I don't respect this dude. He dropped a whole song trying to justify why you should just pray to the devil. Like, alright, bro, the devil was one of these little guys in Chicago with more bullets in his clip than years he's been on this planet. This is why you get what you get, no matter what you believe. You might as well just went to a psychic and asked what was gonna happen if you pulled up to the hood in a custom Hellcat, a grown dummy. This is why I'm glad that the kids nowadays care more about watching the IRL streamer than some of these guys, cause y'all lost. And before I move on, let me give you an example of what I'm not talking about. And I'm gonna use two guys from California on this example. Money Sign Suede, rest in peace, and EBK J-Bo. Suede was the son of some hard-working Mexican immigrants that fell into the LA streets at a young age, as he was only 22 when he died. And J-Bo is part of a very notorious group of guys from Stockton, California. And even though they both achieved notoriety in music to some point, I can't say that they were just coming back from million-dollar homes to the hood, because neither of them fully made it out. Suede ended up being murdered in prison, and it wasn't about no snitching. He was just in the streets, and nobody knows for sure why he died, but of course there were rumors that it had something to do with money. And of course, Suede didn't even really have a chance to make it out the hood and go back, because there was only a 1-year gap between him finally making enough money to leave the hood and him going to prison where he would die. J-Bo is definitely on his way to living in a $1 million house, but this man being Stockton, California. I don't know if any of you guys ever been to Stockton, but unless you live there, you're probably not just gonna visit to see the homies. Yeah. So I'm not convinced that he made it out the hood yet. Point being, these guys might be rappers known for being in the streets, but they aren't men in their 30s still trying to pretend they're something that they're not. These are actually just young guys that was misled from a young age. Because once you get past a certain age, you don't have an excuse anymore. You gotta grow up. Moving on though, I salute the guys from Chicago like Von off 1700 and Bloodhound Q50, because even though they're both known for rapping about street activity in the city, you're more likely to see them live streaming or playing GTA than them standing around on the block around a bunch of guys that can't even buy a car. I don't salute them rapping about what they rap about and hyping up the kids.
You know, he just said some shit that, you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He just said some real shit. You're more likely to see even Q50 as much of a crap. I'm gonna be honest with you though. I don't think Q50 is a real killer. I think Q50 is smart. I think Q50 is smart, and I think he's smarter than he look. He's slow, but he's smart. Let me hold on. Let me explain. I think that Q50 seen a lane, right? He seen a lane, and I think he just went with the whole body catching, I got 8 hats and shit. But if you think about it, you don't really see him standing on the block in his hood on Bloodhound on 79th. Just all night. You don't really see him on. If he do it, he don't do it on the internet. You are more likely to see him with a live streamer or playing GTA. Even Von off 17. But I know Von be on his block. He done been on his block. But you're still more likely to see him on a stream or with a YouTuber or playing GTA before. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to, you know what I'm saying? That's a. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's important. Because niggas like 600 Breezy who get arrested literally every few months in different states, or who literally, niggas like Lil Reese who literally always getting shot, always getting hit, always getting beat up, always like.
But I do salute the fact that they seem smarter than these old ass rappers.
Yeah.
Once again, every time I see Lil Baby around the streamer, it always ends up with him doing something dirty, like stealing or trying to scam. Like, bro, I'm not hanging around no grown ass man that call himself a Lil Baby. You older than me, bro. And if you getting hugged like this and still trying to play gangster,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is diabolical. Even the nigga, I don't know who this is with the blue hair. This is diabolical, bro. This is diabolical, bro. This is diabolical, bro.
Stop it. Get some help.
God
This diabolical.
I'm not hanging around you anyway. You got guys like Kai Cenat that's gonna earn more in a year than most of these rappers can in a decade.
No
and he
cap.
ain't gotta go stand on the block in the Bronx and get
Exactly.
shot at and look stupid. That's why the title of this video is rappers going back to the hood for no reason. Y'all not building schools, bro. Y'all
Oh,
not
God.
building housing, fixing up abandoned buildings. Y'all standing around with a group of guys that was
Looking
born after
stupid.
2005. Like, come on, man. Hanging around Michael Rubin might have been the most mature move that a lot of you guys even made. Because Lil Durk, $1 million rapper, Grammy winner, why is you still hanging in Inglewood? That's why you in jail, bro. And well, none of your homies real enough to tell you that. But then again, your ass in your 30s. Should nobody had to tell you that. I don't
Right.
even stand around where I'm from right now. And I'm not
Exactly.
in no $1 million property, bro. I'm just not a little ass kid no more. But these labels, man, put money behind the most embarrassing people, bro. And it look cool to teenagers. And that's cool. That's what music is about. But when you in your 30s, you gotta understand that you never gonna be able to relate to these kids, bro. You just something they play in the background. But I just had to make this video
No
once I
cap.
seen Finesse get his car stolen.
I ain't
and
even
a
see
bunch
this,
of other
bro.
things. Cause y'all the reason that old white people that live in rural towns think that this is what black people are like, bro. Cause none of you niggas go hang around the black lawyers and judges.
Exactly.
Y'all going around kids, bro. Need to be on the watch list. But
No cap though. Need to be on the watch list. Y'all running back to the hood to hang around 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids with guns. You got Steven Jackson. This is a grown 40, 50-year-old man, ex-NBA player, checking in with teenagers in O-Block. What the fuck are you coming to O-Block for? You are a multi-millionaire retired NBA player. You have seen it all, my nigga. You've been in the best hotels. You flew private your entire career. You've made tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars playing fucking basketball. Why in heaven's green earth, folk, would you ever go to O-Block and check in with some teenagers talking about some real niggas check in, I'm good over here? What? Nigga, what? Like he said, y'all ain't building no schools, nigga. Y'all ain't doing nothing for real. Y'all just pulling up here to I don't know, this shit. Hey,